Hi everybody, it's Leigh from the Great Plains Zoo in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. As part of our Earth Day celebrations, today we're going to explore the world of pollinators. Pollinators are animals that like to drink nectar from flowers. In the process of doing that, they get pollen all over their bodies and they spread that pollen to the next flower as they move along. Some plants depend on pollinators. In fact, some of our favorite foods like almonds and apples wouldn't exist if it weren't for pollinators. And believe it or not, there are lots of different kinds of animals that serve as pollinators. The ones we think of most are things like insects. Butterflies comes to mind a lot. Butterflies do a lot of pollinating. They move from flower to flower. Some are specialists and only like certain kinds of flowers, and others will drink from just about any flower. Because they're an insect, they have 6 legs and 4 wings. You can see 2 on each side on this butterfly here. They have a very long, skinny mouth that they can stick down in the flowers to get that pollen, and very, very delicate feet so they can usually land on the flower when they're drinking. Another one we think of a lot are bees and their relatives. Now we're not just talking about honeybees. Lots of different kinds of bees, even some solitary bees, are important pollinators. In many cases, the bees will go entirely inside the flower and get their nectar, and they'll leave with their entire body covered in that pollen. It's not just insects that are pollinators, though. There are lots of different kinds of animals. There are some large primates that work as pollinators. There are even reptiles like lizards that do, but some of my favorites are birds. These tiny feathers are from an Australian bird called a rainbow lorikeet. Lorikeets have a special kind of tongue that has a little brush on it. They can drink nectar out of the flowers. And because they are drinking nectar, they are also transferring pollen as well. Another one of my favorites that most people don't think about are bats. There are some bats that drink only nectar. This is a skeleton from a small bat. Most of our nectar drinking bats will be about this size. In the United States, there's a bat called the long-nosed bat that drinks nectar from cactuses in the southwest U.S. and Mexico. For the grown-ups out there, this is a good bat. They pollinate agave, which is where tequila comes from. So it isn't just our insects. There's lots of different animals that are pollinators, and pollinators need our help. In a lot of areas, pollinators have trouble finding enough flowers to drink from, or they might have some habitat loss because of where they raise their young. One of the things you can do to help pollinators is to research native pollinator plants and plant them in your garden to help all of those animals find their food. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for helping us celebrate Earth Day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Remember to support your local AZA accredited zoo or aquarium.